Hi, this is Don McAllister, and welcome to another Screencasts Online weekly tip video. Apple have released new updates across the board in the last couple of weeks, so in this week's tip video, I'll be looking at some of the changes to macOS Sierra 10.12.4. The major new addition is Night Shift on the Mac, a screen technology designed to make using a Mac easier on your eyes. Now, this was previously released on iOS only, but it's now been brought across to the Mac. And by the way, you might want to check that your Mac actually does support Night Shift. It is supported on most modern Macs, but there is an Apple support note where you can check to make sure your machine is supported. There are two ways to invoke Night Shift. That's either manually or via a schedule, but let's have a look at invoking it manually first. And this is done via the notification panel, which we can get to in one of three ways. We can use a two-finger swipe on the right side of the trackpad. That's the right side edge of the trackpad. Or if you don't want to do that, you can actually click on the little icon in the top corner. The third option is to set up a keyboard shortcut. So if we go into System Preferences, and then System Preferences, go to Keyboard, Shortcuts. You'll see there's an option here to show Notification Center. If I switch that on, I have mine set to F8, but you can actually double click in here if you want to change it to something else. But with F8 selected, if I close that down, if I now go to the F8 key on my keyboard, that will pop it open for me. If we go to Notifications and then swipe down, you'll see we have the Do Not Disturb, as we've had normally, but we now have this new option for Night Shift. And when I click on Night Shift, we get this strange sort of sepia type effect across the whole of the screen. And the theory is that this actually is more restful to the eyes when you're working at night on your Mac. So to switch it off, again, I can swipe in from the side and just click it off. And that's the manual way of enabling and disabling Night Shift. Now, the other way to do it is via a schedule. And to get to the schedule, if we actually go to System Preferences, and under System Preferences, if we go to Displays, you'll see here we have a new tab for Night Shift. So I'll click on Night Shift. So currently it's set from sunrise to sunset. I can switch it off completely. If I wanted to, I can create a custom time. So from 10 o'clock at night to 7 in the morning, if I wanted that to be slightly different, I could just change that, or manually I can turn it on until tomorrow, but we won't do that for now. There's also a slider here, so I can make the color less warm or more warm. And once you have your schedule set, Night Shift will just start and stop at those times. Now, other features added to macOS Sierra 10.12.4 include additional language support for dictation on the Mac and the inclusion of support for cricket information in Siri. Now, as usual, Apple have added some performance enhancements and bug fixes, as well as a way for you to help Apple improve its products and services by opting in to share iCloud Analytics. Now, the way you can either opt in or opt out to share iCloud Analytics, again, is via System Preferences. If I actually go to the main panel within System Preferences and go to Security and Privacy, if we go to the Privacy tab, down at the bottom of the side panel, we have this option here for Analytics. So currently I'm sharing my Mac Analytics. I'm sharing information with app developers. But if I just click on here, I can now share iCloud Analytics. As I said, just to help Apple improve its products and services. Your privacy is protected, but if you want to check about that, you can actually click on this button here. Okay, so once I've done that, I can close System Preferences down. And that's a brief overview of some of the new features in macOS Sierra 10.12.4. And don't forget, you can learn more about macOS Sierra over at ScreenCastsOnline.com. Just go to the search panel, type in macOS, and hit search. And there's a whole host of full tutorials all about both iOS and macOS over at ScreenCastsOnline.com. If you want to learn more about using your Apple devices, there are over 700 full video tutorials available to Screencast Online members, covering all aspects of the Mac, iPhone, iPad, Apple Watch, and even the Apple TV. Now, all full members receive a new Apple-related video tutorial each and every week, as well as a free subscription to the Screencast Online monthly magazine, packed with videos and articles on getting the most out of your Apple devices. Now, you can get your free 14-day trial membership over at ScreenCastsOnline.com, or check out some of the free content over on the SCO Showcase app on the iPad, iPhone, and Apple TV. That's it for this week. I'll be back next week with another tip, so I'll speak to you then.